All right, let's do a super quick breakdown of Bauxite School's technology policy. So if you use any district tech, listen up. This policy, Act 504, is for you. So what does this actually mean for how you use tech at work? It covers everyone and all state tech, and it's been in effect since August 1st, 2023. It really just boils down to 4 main rules you need to know. Let's jump in. Okay, rule number 1. This is all about political expression. Basically, you can't use state tech to share personal political opinions with officials. Now, there is an exception, but only if it's an official part of your job. Moving on to rule number 2, which deals with lobbying. You absolutely cannot use work devices to lobby an official for personal reasons. The key thing here is the exception for folks who are registered lobbyists. All right, next up is rule number 3. This one's pretty straightforward.
Don't use state tech for anything illegal. Seriously, no exceptions on this one.
And to be crystal clear, that means anything against federal or state law. And finally, we've got our 4th rule. This one's about keeping things secure. You can't intentionally try to get around the district's security measures. This is a huge deal for protecting the entire district's network and all our data. So just keep these rules in mind anytime is using district tech. Simple as that.
All right, let's talk about the single most critical piece of any security system. And no, it's not some fancy piece of software or an expensive firewall. It's you. So let's dive into how you can become the strongest link in the chain, both for yourself and for your organization.
This says it all, doesn't it? Cyber attackers? Well, they're a lot like predators in the wild. They're always looking for the easiest target, the path of least resistance. They want that low-hanging fruit. Our goal here is to make sure that by the end of this, you're way up on the highest branch, completely out of reach.
So, before we get into any of the specific threats, we really need to get one thing straight, this foundational idea of modern security. See, it's not just about the technology anymore, it's about the person who's using it. It's all about you.
Think of this like 2 sides of the same coin. On one hand, yeah, attackers target people. Why? Because humans can be tricked in ways that code just can't. That makes you the target. But look at the flip side. That also makes you the most powerful shield. You've got something no software has, intuition. You can spot the trick, you can feel when something's off, and you can be the one to slam the door shut.
Okay, let's tackle the #1 most common attack you are ever going to see, phishing. Now, at its core, this isn't really a technical attack. It's an act of deception, and it all relies on a technique called social engineering.
So what does that really mean? Well, this isn't a hack in the traditional sense, it's a psychological one. The attacker isn't trying to break code, they're trying to break your concentration. They play on your trust, they create a fake sense of urgency, or they just exploit your curiosity to get you to do their dirty work for them. You know, like clicking a bad link or giving up a password.
So here it is, your 4-point defense drill, a mental checklist for every single email. First up, check the sender. And I mean, ignore the display name and look at the actual email address. Does it look right? Second, verify those links. Before you even think about clicking, just hover your mouse over them. It's like looking through the peephole before you open the front door. Third, be super wary of attachments. If you didn't expect it or it seems fishy, just don't open it. And finally, number 4, and this is a big one, never, ever give up your password in an email. No legitimate company is ever going to ask for it. Period.
Now, you might even see a fake phishing email from your own company pop up in your inbox. Don't panic. It's not a trap to get you in trouble. Just think of it like a fire drill for cybersecurity. It's a safe, controlled way for everyone to practice their skills at spotting and reporting a threat.
And that brings us to the single most important thing you can do. Whether it's a real threat or just a drill, reporting it is absolutely critical. See, every time you report a suspicious email, you're not just protecting yourself. You're giving vital intelligence to your security team, which helps them protect everyone. You basically become the early warning system for the entire organization.
So, we've talked a lot about threats coming from the outside, but it's just as important to understand the risks that can actually come from within. I know this can be a sensitive topic, but it's a really critical piece of the whole security puzzle.
It's really important to be clear on what this actually means. An insider threat isn't necessarily someone who's malicious. It's just anyone with authorized access, an employee, a contractor who has the potential to cause harm, whether they mean to or not.
Okay, so these are some potential behavioral signs. Things like someone being chronically unhappy at work, maybe trying to get into information they don't need for their job, or a pattern of breaking the rules. Now, it is so important to remember, these are just potential indicators. They are not proof of anything. The goal is never to investigate on your own. The right thing to do is always to discreetly report any serious concerns through the proper channels, so the right people can handle it carefully.
This brings us right to the established rules of the road. Every single organization has specific policies for its technology, and honestly, understanding them is a huge part of our responsibility. So just take a second and ask yourself this. Do you actually know the specific rules for your work computer, your email, your company phone? They're not just random rules. They're there for a reason. They're another layer of defense, and they protect both you and the organization's data.
Now, while policies can be different from place to place, they pretty much always forbid a few key things. Using company stuff for personal political lobbying, doing anything illegal, and this is a big one, actively trying to get around the security systems that are there to protect all of us. The best way to think about it is that work tech is a professional tool, and it should be used for professional purposes.
So we've looked at phishing attacks from the outside, potential risks on the inside, and the rules for our workplace tech. All three of these things point to one single unifying idea. And here it is, consistent, conscious vigilance. This isn't something passive, it's an active skill. It's making a habit of running that 4-point check on your emails. It's being aware of your digital and your physical surroundings. Look, this isn't about being paranoid. It's about being present and being prepared.
So, as we wrap this up, I want you to remember this. The most powerful, the most adaptable, and the most intelligent security tool in any organization isn't a piece of software. It's your awareness, it's your actions. So, are you ready? I think the answer is yes. Thanks for watching.